So after I pulled my pants back up, I explained to the manager, look, you can blame me all you want, but you can't put pictures that sexy on the wall at Applebee's. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Gamers Gotta Whine. This is Scott Charboneau of the Dudes on Movies podcast.
Hi.
And I'm Johnny Vinyl. This is our logo. Boom. There it is. This episode, we're going to be talking about Rainbow Six Siege and the fact that they just announced there's only going to be 11 maps on it at launch.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Right.
Here's the breakdown.
I got a breakdown for you here. Let me pull up my phone. I'm that good.
Yes.
The breakdown. Okay, this is from Eric Fredrickson at technobuffalo.com.
Great name of a website.
I love that
Techno
name.
Buffalo.
It is great. Techno Buffalo.
Yes.
I wonder if they're based out of Buffalo.
Ooh,
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. The Sabres.
The developer has announced that the game will include 11 maps, playable both day and night, all built with the game's Real Blast destruction tech. In addition, though, all maps that come after launch will be downloadable for free. That means that no matter what other DLC they launch, factions, classes, skins, weapons, you'll still be able to play games with those friends. Map packs have been a huge revenue stream for companies making shooters, but a tide seems to be starting to turn as 343 Industries' Halo 5 Guardians is doing the same thing.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think they're mostly talking about Call of Duty when they say map packs. I know they're big on Call of Duty. Do they still do that, or is that...
I don't know. I don't play online shooters a whole lot, so I don't really know much. When I heard this, I was like, 10 maps? That's a lot.
Well, it's not, actually, and I have some numbers here. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's really... I don't think it's fair to compare this even to Call of Duty or Halo, because they've got single-player modes, too. This is...
Right.
So I pulled some numbers from only online multiplayer shooters, like Evolve. Had 12 maps at launch, so pretty close. Evolve had a little bit more. Evolve's also... Their maps had variations in them, though it sounds like this one does too, at least with day and night stuff. Titanfall launched with 15 maps, and Star Wars Battlefront, that's coming out this November, is going to launch with 12.
Can't wait for that one. I'm excited.
That also, they've already announced, is going to have DLC maps for free. So did Evolve. And Titanfall, I think their maps were free too. I'm pretty sure about that. But I could be wrong.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So, some people are a little pissed off about the lack of maps, as it were.
Yeah, but, and you said it in the breakdown, but I think it's very important to note, you're getting maps after launch for free.
Right.
We don't know how many, and that's a big problem, and how frequently they're going to be coming out.
Right. I like this approach. I like this model because I feel like it will keep the game fresh with new maps coming out every so often, and everyone gets the map. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I said in the last video, I don't like when DLC segments a community.
100%.
So I am fully on board with maps being free to everybody.
100%.
That is great.
And that's what Evolve did. That's what Battlefront's doing. And it seems to be the new trend. If you're not going to have a campaign, you at least want to keep your multiplayer together. But it's all in how frequently they release them. If they take way too long between map packs, then the player base is going to die off.
Right. Yeah. Let's get into some comments.
Okay.
Do you have any good ones there?
I have a couple. This is John 3 Bravo on IGN. He's talking about how there's no campaign in this game.
Right.
The only way you can play by yourself is terrorist hunt mode, which you can also play with other people, or you can play it single player. It's cool. I like terrorist hunt. That's the part I'm most excited about for the game. But anyway, he says Terrorist Hunt is not a campaign or story mode, though it was fun in Vegas when you got tired of PvP. So for all those saying it's not just multiplayer, kiss my ass.
Now, is terrorist mode that single player, like you said?
It can be.
Okay.
It could also be co-op. It's basically...
Do you play with bots, or what do you do?
It's basically there's a 30 bots on the map, and you, either by yourself or with your friends, if you want, go around the map and kill them all.
Gotcha. I haven't played Rainbow Six since the Nintendo 64 version, so that's a while ago.
I played Rainbow Six 3 on the original Xbox a lot.
Yeah.
And I played Rainbow Six Rogue Spear way back in the day on PC. It was one of the only PC games I ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some here. I don't have any extreme ones. I couldn't find too many extreme comments.
That's a bummer.
Let's go with this one. 10 whole maps. Suddenly, EA is looking generous with Battlefront's 12.
Who is that?
This is from Asapada on Destructoid in the comments there on the article. So Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, like I said, I thought 10 was a lot of maps. It's actually 11. There was a mix-up. Because PC Gamer put out that there was 10 and people ran with it, I think.
Well, that was the... yesterday, actually. They said there was 10, and then today they corrected it and said there's 11.
Okay.
And that's when all the news came out about the free DLC, too.
Right.
Which... When they did not say that at first, people were really
right. Like
their
I've
shit.
got one here. So this is before the free DLC was announced.
Okay.
It says so.
Who's this?
This is I'm sorry about that.
That's
this
okay.
is from Sergeant's Gamer on the GameSpot article in the comments. Originally they had 50 ideas for maps.
Yeah.
And they're only releasing 11 now. But this is when he thought it was 10. So he says, so 50 ideas. Head guy walks in and said, no, just do 10. Put the rest on the season pass.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened.
Right. They probably just picked the best, you know.
Yeah, and 50 ideas are not 50 maps.
Right, exactly.
I got an idea for a map. This room, that's an idea for a map. That's one. We got
man,
one
this
down.
room would be an awesome map.
Yeah, it would.
There's like 2 spots to hide.
I got very similar because I read an article on IGN that had the thing about the 50 ideas. This is Unbreakable 666 on IGN. It says they went from a possible 50 down to 10. Cancel my pre-order. Tired of devs skipping on the content already made.
Already made.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Content already made. An idea
already made.
An idea is not made.
Right.
Content already made to sell it to us as DLC later. 10 small ass maps and a no, wait, I'm gonna read this as he wrote. 10 maps, small ass maps, and a heavily multiplayer game means replay value just took a dive. Lack of content ruined Evolved with a D, which is not how the game is.
That's the prequel.
Yeah, for people as well, which isn't true. I love that game. This game should have shipped with no less than 20 and DLC pack with 6 new maps each. And then he also posted a Bill Murray picture.
This guy's got it all planned out.
He does, and he wants, I guess if you include 20 in the disc, he's okay with buying new maps, I suppose is his, which is very generous of him.
Okay. The living legend on the Destructoid article says...
We should feel honored to be hearing this one.
The living legend, man.
Larry Zabisco style.
Yeah, definitely. And here I was, worried that they would release a content-rich game and not nickel and dime us for every penny they can on a multiplayer game. Thank God for the map pack signed. No one ever. So,
I thought he was serious for a minute.
Right. This is definitely, I think it's before the free DLC announcement. Like, this happened, like, not that long ago, folks. We were going to record this episode, and then we learned that's free, all this updated stuff. So
I think they did that to cut the bad news off at the pass, which was smart of them.
Well, yeah, and they also knew we were recording, and they would fuck up our schedule. So
of course they did. You know, if we're reading off our phones now because we had a printer problem. If we hadn't, I think they did that. You think?
I believe that's
Ubisoft, you motherfuckers.
I believe it.
And last one, I got Lithis on GameSpot. He says, meh. The maps are small as shit anyway. Every one of them a fish tank. You could put them all side by side, and they wouldn't even make up one BF map, which I guess is Battlefield.
Yeah.
But Rainbow Six is supposed to be a close quarters game.
It's different, yeah. Rainbow Six is close quarters.
You know what disappoints me about all these comments?
What?
Not one person said more like Rainbow Dicks.
Missed opportunity. I know.
I'm giving you that one for free, Internet.
You can use it.
Take it and run with it.
Make a meme.
Yes.
Rainbow Dicks.
Rainbow
Dick Siege. That sounds scary.
Yes.
Whew. All right. What's our verdict on this one?
Well, I think you got one and I got one.
Okay, I got a verdict here.
Okay.
All right, so
are they whining too much, or
I think
is this justified?
I think the gamers are whining a little too much about this. Like I said, I looked at it before I knew about the free DLC and said, damn, 10 maps is a lot. So, like, I don't have a really good say on this, but I think just shut your mouth. Stop whining about it. You know you're going to get more maps. You know they're coming, and now we know they're free, so just... It's going to be great. It's going to be good for the game and the game... good for the community, so stop whining.
All right. Scott says you're whining too much. I vote similarly. We don't know. As I mentioned before, the DLC maps could fix this problem. They're saying it is, but, if they don't release them fast enough or not frequently enough, then that doesn't mean shit.
Right, that's always you can never rely entirely on future releases.
But also, if we don't know yet, I say stop whining as well. It's just way too early to tell, which does make the decision to buy it on day one or not tough. I admit that. So, if you're worried about it, then just wait. Mm-hmm. I think that I don't understand. Also, I'd be okay with paying $60 for this game, getting 10 maps, playing it for 2 weeks, and then moving on to another game. I don't understand the obsession everybody has with they pay $60 and they want to be able to play a game forever. There's a lot of good games out there. It's okay to buy a game and just play it for a little while and move on.
It's hard to do that, though, because everybody wants to squeeze every little bit of content out of a game.
But there's so many good games this year.
There is, and that's why I've started to stop playing games to play a different game, because I have too much stuff to play. It's unbelievable how much stuff is out here.
Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider on the same day this year. That's insane. Yeah. The other point I wanted to make is that in every shooter ever, all the maps aren't used. If you remember back to GoldenEye, everybody only played the facility and the complex.
Because you could do the bathroom snipe.
Yes.
That was the best.
And Counter-Strike, which still goes today, only people play Dust. And Halo was Blood Gulch and Sidewinders over and over. So, if these maps are 10 amazing maps, then great. I'm thrilled with that. That's more than you get in most games. Mm-hmm. We don't know that, whether they're going to be great or not, other than just people who have played the game at preview events have all said the game's really, really good. Mm-hmm. But that's not all 10 maps, of course. Who knows? Also, this game, the maps are very complicated in this game because so much of the environment's destructible, like almost 100% from what I understand.
Wow.
I haven't played it myself, so I don't know. There's an alpha going on right now.
Sounds
Some people
good.
like it.
I don't know.
I'm probably gonna get it because I'm really excited for terrorist hunt mode, even though I'm not good at PvP.
Yeah.
So I don't plan to play it for very long, but I will play it.
I will not play it
At all, ever.
Probably.
Okay. What if it's free on PlayStation Plus sometime?
I probably will play it for a couple minutes. Yeah, if it's free.
But what do you guys think? Is 10 maps on day one enough to justify your purchase on day one, or are you going to wait and see what the DLC is like? Comment down below. As always, pick a fight down there.
Yeah, get into it with people.
Hell
Call
yeah.
them shitheads.
Oh, yeah. Call their mother shitheads.
Say they look stupid.
They probably do.
They
look
have
stupid.
dumb hair.
Y'all, the worst hair. I hate their hair.
Like his.
That's true. I need a haircut. Subscribe, share, all that stuff. There you go. You vote they're whining too much. So do I.
Right.
For now.
They're too whiny.
It's too early to tell for me. So, yeah, I'd say at this point in time, yeah, you're whining too damn much. Knock it off.
Yeah, shut your mouths.
Shut your goddamn mouths.
Shut it.
Hey, jerks. This is Johnny Vinyl. And if you like the video you just watched, you can click right here to see our next one. And you can click on this part of our professional green screen, and you'll subscribe, and you'll never miss one of our videos.
Shit, my arm's getting tired. God damn it. Shit.
Dude.
My arm...